Yeah. Hi everybody, Darci Monet here, and this is the first of my little brief vocal tip videos that I will be sharing with you. Let's get to it. Today's topic is breathing. Okay, so everybody thinks that breathing is this complicated doo-doo, really tricky concept. No, it really isn't, and here's why. We're born breathing correctly, you guys. We're born knowing how to do it. We've all seen a baby laying on its back. You know, when it breathes, its little tummy is going up and down, right? I don't know if it's once we get upright that everything gets screwed up. But that seems to be what happens. We forget how to breathe properly. And then we only use the top 10% of our lungs instead of the entire apparatus. Prepare yourself for a lengthy explanation right now as to why breathing correctly as a singer isn't that hard. Okay, here we go. Anatomy 101. Most people think, or perhaps people who've never studied singing, seem to think that your lungs expand out when you take a breath. The truth of the reality is, if you're taking a proper breath, they expand down, okay? When they do that, what happens? Our buddy diaphragm is sitting there, okay? Lungs press against it. Diaphragm's like crap. So diaphragm and lungs move down. What happens? Guts are in the way. Guts are like, oh no, here comes diaphragm and lungs. What do we do? Guts move this way. Diaphragm and lungs slip behind them. That's all happening when you inhale, okay? When you exhale, everything moves back in order. I often have singers ask me, should I be pushing my stomach out? Should I be forcing it out? No, if you're taking a deep enough breath, it's a natural phenomenon that your stomach will extend and then release when you exhale. All that to say, two things. I'm gonna give you an exercise in a second that'll help you get the idea of what it should feel like when you take a proper breath before you sing. But first of all, imagine your body a completely empty glass, and what happens when you fill the glass with water? It has to be filled from the bottom up, right? Same with your lungs, except the water is obviously the air. So you take a breath, imagine that you have to aim for your toes. Obviously, you're not going to fill up your lungs from your toes because it's physically impossible. I'm just saying, imagine that you do, and then you can possibly breathe deeper. By the way, I think the sing from your diaphragm myth comes from teachers probably trying to get their students to breathe deeper, breathe lower, and have probably said, aim for your diaphragm. You can't breathe from or with your diaphragm. It's part of the entire apparatus. You breathe with your lungs, ladies and gentlemen. Please stop running around and saying, breathe from your diaphragm. That said, there's the explanation, the anatomical, very, very simple explanation. I'm no doctor, just saying. Very simple anatomical explanation for what's going on when you're supposed to take a proper breath. Now, I'm going to give you a really awesome exercise. I love this exercise because it's not only a great exercise to help you learn how to breathe, but it's also a really great stress releasing technique if you want to use it that way too. Okay guys, so I love this exercise. I'm standing up now so I can try to show you what should be going on physically when you take a breath. I'm going to back up just a little bit so you can see my justiferous splendor. Now, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to explain it to you and then I'm going to demonstrate it for you. I want you to blow out all the air from your lungs really hard on a shh. Like some jerk in the movie theater can't stop their yakking and you turn around to hush them. Like seriously harsh. Shh. Really hard, right? So do that. Blow every ounce of air you've got out of your lungs possible. Then, instead of, when you're out of air, forcing a breath, instead of gasping for it, like everybody wants to do when they run out of breath at the end of a phrase, I want you to just open your mouth and allow the air to come in. Just let it happen, okay? You should hear nothing, and your stomach will automatically extend. You won't have to do anything about it, okay? So I'm gonna do this for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Shh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 Did you hear me breathe? No. Why? Because the air, I allowed it to rush in naturally. I got what I needed, and it filled my lungs from the bottom up. I'll do it a little bit from the side here so you can see my belly move. My favorite thing. Here we go. Ready? So, there you go. So I hope you could tell that in this video, what's going on. Now here's the thing. Obviously you're not going to be able to get that awesome of a breath before every phrase because you're not going to be able to go shh before every phrase. But the idea is you need to just let it happen. When you fight for the breath, then you're gasping. Then you're like, and what happens? Your vocal cord slams shut, cuts off the airflow, and nothing gets in there anyway. So fight the temptation to gasp for breath. You want to take sips of breath, like a sip of cognac. You don't want to guzzle it. You don't want to take a shot. You don't want to just down it, right? You don't want to, no. You want to take a sip of a breath, meaning open your mouth and get what you need. It will give you what you need. So I hope all that explanation made it seem simpler for you. I know it seems a little contradictory, but thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. And sing like you mean it. See you soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.